What's up YouTube, it's the Casual Gunner again, and today I'm doing another totally for fun test with no practical applications in real life. I've got here a bump helmet, which is a non-ballistic tactical helmet worn by soldiers and police when they aren't really seeking protection against bullets. These are meant to protect against threats such as thrown objects or shrapnel or rocks. And as you can see, they're built pretty tough to stand just that. I can see this being useful in a riot situation where objects are being thrown, or also in a combat situation where debris from explosives, or explosions in general, is a concern. It's not meant to be confused with an actual ballistic helmet like this Pasket helm right here, which is actually meant to stop bullets. As you can see, it's a lot thicker and heavier, with a spall coating on it to prevent ricochet and fragmentation of bullets. But the question today is, will a bump helmet designed to stop shrapnel or thrown or falling objects be able to stop a pellet gun? Let's find out today. Okay, got the helmet set up right here, and for the first part we'll keep it relatively simple, relatively weak. Here's the Umarex replica of the Smith & Wesson M&P 45. It is a CO2 pellet pistol that sends a pellet at about 400 feet per second, and for all the shots we'll be shooting these H&N Barracuda grains, 6.64 grains. As expected, the CO2 pellet pistol didn't even do a thing. That's a scratch right there. It's not even a dent. If you were to run your finger over that, you couldn't even feel it. Alright, let's step it up then. How about a Crossman American Classic at 10 pumps? For the Crosman American Classic, it looks like it dented that Velcro a little bit, but still did not go through. So it looks like the helmet has stopped both the pistols. So let's move up to a rifle, the Daisy 880. Next is going to be the Daisy 880 at 10 pumps. And I'm going to take this one from 40 feet away because I'm a bit afraid of the ricochet from this one actually hurting me. Helmet definitely took some damage here with these bits being broken, meaning the pellet did get through that initial plastic layer, but look here. If you look here carefully, you'll see that there is the pellet right over in that little crack right there. So the pellet broke the plastic, but it didn't make it through the foam. It is actually stuck in that area right there. If you can see it right there, that shiny object. That's the pellet right there, stuck between the plastic and the foam. But it still did save the wearer from the Daisy 880. So let's move up to a break barrel. Now we're moving up to the most powerful 177 I have, my break barrel Crosman F4. Let's see how it does against this. And it looks like our bump helmet may have met its match with the entry hole right here. Exit hole over here, if the camera can focus. The small, very small entry hole here in the foam, and exit hole, sorry. And another entry hole right here, but it did not exit out the other side of the helmet. The helmet might have given some protection against that 177, but what about a 22 caliber H&N Barracuda green coming out of my Gamo Urban Maxxim? Let's find out. Interestingly, it did a better job against the 22 than it did against the 177, and I suspect it's because I hit this plastic-lined part right here. You can actually see the pellet lodged in there, so it made it through the plastic, but it couldn't get into the padding. That's the, I don't know if you can see it, but that's part of the pellet. Stuck in the padding right there. I'll try shooting it again on a place where it doesn't have that extra layer and see if it does the same thing. Now that is more along the lines of what I was expecting. This is the entrance hole for the 22. The exit hole on the inside right over here. I don't know if you can see it that well on the camera. Another entrance hole over here where it passed through into the other side, but it did not pass out the other side of the helmet. Okay then. Okay, so for my last threat, I'll be hitting it with a shot out of my Gamo Urban PCP in 22. And if this doesn't give us a clean pass through the helm, I don't think I have anything that will other than my firearms, which I will not be using for this test. So the Gamo Urban gave us a nice clean entry hole over here. A smaller entry hole as you would expect from a gun that shoots a higher velocity. A big exit hole over here, so it puts into perspective just the amount of energy that it had compared to the other guns. And it dug into the padding on the other side and exited out here, but it hit a thin spot of it. I'm going to shoot it again just to see if it, because this actually looks like it's the one round that has a chance of making it clean through both sides of the helmet, so that's what I'm going to try to do. Let's see if we can achieve that. Alright, the Gamo Urban, take 2. So got a similar result on take 2. You can see an entry hole right here, exited here, tore out the padding, entered here, broke the plastic on the other side trying to come out, but couldn't because, and I suspect it's because of this extra layer of plastic right here. You can see the pellets sitting right in there. It's lodged in there real good. So the pellet did make it to the other side and it tried to come out, but it just couldn't make it. But it's pretty safe to say that the wearer of this wasn't out of danger if somebody was shooting at them with a PCP-22. So what does this tell us? It tells us basically what the manufacturer of this helmet told us. The helmet is designed to stop blunt impacts and low-velocity projectiles such as shrapnel. And if you think about it, pellets moving at 400 to 800 feet per second are ballistically very similar to shrapnel, so the helmet did its job in that sense. You can see here, it had no problem deflecting a pellet moving at 400 feet per second. And it also deflected a pellet moving at about 600, 650 feet per second in this area. You can see that that's where it struck, and it did not go through there. It even managed to protect against a pellet moving at 700 or about 715 feet per second out of the Daisy 880. So against shrapnel, this will do the job. When pellets start getting to 900 or more feet per second, they start to act more like bullets and less like shrapnel. That's why you can see that they were able to create these entry holes and exit holes in the material, similar to a way that bullets would have. It's fairly safe to say that while this helmet will keep you safe from shrapnel and blunt impact, it really won't do much against even minor ballistic threats like break barrel or PCP pellet rifles, and pretty much it won't do anything at all against any type of firearm. Anyway, I might do more tests on this helmet in the future, but for now, hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you did, and check out my channel if airguns are your thing, and thanks for watching.